All right. So my name's Daniel. This is my audience. Here we go. There's Mikey sitting down there. And then, cool. Whew. Hello, everybody. My name is Daniel Lipok, and today I'm going to be discussing with you depression and its obvious solution. According to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, over 50% of all people who die by suicide suffer from a major depression. Statistically speaking, every suicide affects at least 6 other people. So just sitting in this room alone, at least one of you have known someone or known of someone who has passed away because they've taken their own lives. Suicide is a major issue affecting hundreds of thousands worldwide, and around alone 50,000 people in the US. Keep in mind that's only the US alone. Today I'm going to be discussing with you about suicide and how it occurs daily, how psychotherapy is the solution, and how it's currently being used worldwide. Let's go ahead and let's begin with what is suicide. Depression is something that affects people every day. It includes an inhibited mood, loss of appetite, and a loss of interest in things that would interest them previously. 123 Americans commit suicide every single day. This is a disease that doesn't affect just you and me. It affects everyone, even celebrities. People such as Mac Miller, who passed away 3 weeks ago because he took his own life. People such as Anthony Bourdain, a worldwide traveler and food enthusiast who took his own life just this year. We see it on the news every day, and it doesn't matter whether it's a celebrity or us, it happens to everyone. I actually knew a kid in high school who had taken his own life, and it affected not only me, but the 600 other kids who were at our school attending at the time. There were people breaking down, crying in the middle of class. They couldn't focus on studies, and that's just one school among the many hundreds that are in the US. So we've talked about suicide. Let's go ahead, let's consider solutions to this epidemic. Currently, there are antidepressants. How effective do you think antidepressants are? 50, 70, 80% of the time? Well, if you said these answers, you're all wrong. Antidepressants only work 33% of the time, which means out of that 123 people, only 30 to 40 may survive. And even worse, the side effects that are included in these medications include this list right here: nausea, increased appetite, weight gain, blurred vision, constipation, dizziness, agitation, and even it can worsen the effects of depression. Now, I have a very simple and easy solution, and that is psychotherapy. What you see behind me are the side effects of psychotherapy. Kind of weird, right? There's nothing there. Well, that's the thing. Psychotherapy has no bad side effects. Psychotherapy is when you use LSD or mushrooms or any type of psychedelic drug in tandem with a therapist. This is used to create a safe environment where they can recreate and remember things in their past, tragedies, events that may have occurred that caused that depression that is currently affecting them. Now, the reason I pull up this slide and that there are no side effects is that there was a 30-year study that was done where psychotherapy was conducted on prison inmates in the 1970s. They did a follow-up study in 2000 and then in 2010 where they discovered the mental effects that they were having. They had shown that they had improved their mood, as well as there were no long-term side effects of taking this medication. So we've talked about psychotherapy, what it is, and its side effects. Now I'm going to be discussing where it's being utilized currently in the world. What you see behind me is a ayahuasca. This is currently being used in South America, mainly deep within the Amazon rainforests. Now this whole procedure starts with a person cleansing themselves, having no alcohol, no sugar, very bland foods, in order to cleanse their bodies of any toxins that it may have. After going through the ritual, a shaman, or a main person, a therapist in our US situation, would guide them through their journey as they see these past events, these past things that may have occurred to them. Now, psychedelics have been banned in the US for several years. Multiple years. It was a Schedule I drug, and it is so hard to do anything with any studies on it or to see any studies that have done with it in a medicalized setting. Now, recreationally, it was used largely in the 1960s. At this time, the only studies that we were having from this were in pertaining to the use of LSD in warfare. They actually discontinued the use of the drug because they deemed it too inhumane to be used in human chemical warfare. But the drug was never meant to be used for warfare, it was meant to be used for medical uses. The amount of deaths nowadays is zero. There have been no written cases of overdoses pertaining to LSD mushrooms. There have been deaths, but they were caused by shootings of police officers and people in a state of mind that were unable to really take care of themselves. Which leads me to my final point, abuse. LSD can be abused, yes. We've seen methamphetamines being abused, we've seen marijuana being abused. My proposition is that there are several precautions and limitations set where LSD would only be used for medical uses, non-recreational, used in a safe setting with a therapist, and to make sure that there are several follow-ups with this person in order to make sure that they have been cured or assisted in the curing of their depression. Suicide is a major issue worldwide, and especially in the US. Psychotherapy is the most effective way to combat this versus current drugs, and it's currently already being used worldwide, like I discussed earlier. As of today, 123 Americans commit suicide every day. Whether it related to PTSD, depression, or a mental disease of some sort, that is 123 people that could be saved every single day. Thank you, and please call your local suicide hotline at 1-800-273-8255 if you have any thoughts of harming yourself or others. Thank you for listening. That's it.
Shooting from the hip on that, were you, bro?